Alright guys, I am tightening the dash right now. I put the brace in on the hood at the top. There was one thing that I had to do. I had to change the harness out on that grill. I couldn't get that apart. It's melted together. So I changed out the harness, lights work, and like I said, I'm going to tighten up the dash the rest of the way. Then I'm going to figure out what steering wheel I'm going to use, and then we're going to put it the rest of the way together. Alright? See you when after I clean up and get ready to put the gas tank in. Okay guys, I hooked up the electric clutch, ran the wire, ran the fuel line back here because it's extremely hard to see where this fuel line routes. So the electric clutch works. So I'm thinking we're done underneath the hood. So let me snip this fuel line. I'm going to snip it long and then we'll shorten it. About there. This is Briggs fuel line, exactly the same stuff Terrell uses. Of course I get it from them, so of course I'll use it. About right there. Alright. So, it's about right here where we need to snip it. Then that's an extra piece I just stick somewhere, and then when I use it on another project, or I'll use it on another project. Alright. So, fuel line gets pushed in. This gets put like that. Your wire for the seat comes over and up on top of the tank. There's a groove in the tank for that. So, alright. Let's put that brace on. The bolt hole right here where that has threads in it goes to the front. And that snaps in like that. And we take a couple bolts and run them in because there's holes in the frame. Where did I put the impact? Oh, right over here. I was joking around with my buddy. I sent him a picture of the hood, and then I opened up the hood and took a picture of the engine, and I says, "Real nice color, ain't it?" He replied, laugh out loud, "No." Alright, so the tank is in there. There's supposed to be cushions underneath the tank, but they always get knocked off. So no biggie. So I'm going to install the wheel weights, or because they're extremely hard, and I'm not gonna install them while you guys are watching. Then I'm gonna put the fenders back on and the seat, and then I'll be bringing you back for the test drive. Alright guys? I mean, it's pretty simple. I still have to change the left arm because I got that nicer one off the parts tractor, so that can be tricky to get out. So, alright, I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay guys, I had it out. And just as a test run, I do it before I actually shoot a video of it actually running. I do it on a lot of things. Terrell does it too. As you can see, I thought I noticed something a little bit weird. That thing needs the toe fixed. The drag link between it needs adjusted. Overall, she's very strong. And I mean very strong. So, I think this will be a good machine. I still have to get the throttle cable fixed, because I do notice that it's not getting high up RPMs like it's supposed to. So, I got to get that done. But that's not tonight. The dash needs adjusted to get everything lined up correctly. So, let's do that really quick. And then do the toe. And see about changing that lift arm there. And then off camera, I'll put the plow on it. Because, like I said, there's no room. So, alright guys, let me get set up. Okay guys, also I'm going to be getting the battery put in correctly. I've got the tie downs and everything for it. I thought I had my wrench sitting right there. Okay, where? Oh, there's the swivel wrench, way over there. Okay, get my cell phone in case someone calls. I'm very happy with this thing, how it's turning out. Reverse is kind of slow, but it is what it is. I mean, I've never seen a Hydro GT that had a fast reverse, but hey, I'd rather the reverse being slow than hitting something like a truck. Set that over on the fender. That thing's supposed to be right there. Alright. So, let's start with this side right here. That's a 13. I need a 9/15. Okay, So now same goes with this side. We need to loosen this up. Then loosen this other nut. Yeah. Now, that 13 I had. Down here, you guys probably can't see it, is another bolt. There's one on both sides. I need to get this dash lined up to where the steering goes correctly. Back you guys up for a minute and get off of there. Okay, so it should slide forward, and that should fall down into there, like so. Then should be able to tighten this back up. On both sides. Alright, so now we need to tighten those 1/2-inch bolts, or whatever you want to call them. Then I need to shut the hood and make sure it's still lined up. Okay guys, let's see. Oh yeah, that sits better. It's sitting in the groove. That's a lot better. And that's sitting in where it's supposed to. Okay, now let's see. Now remember guys, I don't have the correct battery for this thing. Let me clean up those. Okay. Remember guys, you're not supposed to use an impact on plastic or going into plastic. So don't be like me on everything. Alright. So. This is the only downside to one of these holders. I even forgot that this thing had the holder in it. Usually these things are missing, rotted out. Negative, red. Yeah, I gotta find, take one of the other, or I gotta get another bolt out for the 92 because it lost one that holds the battery down. I have no idea where it went. Like so. Alright guys. So, that's how you line up a dash, and the battery isn't going anywhere. So, alright guys, I'm gonna get set up on the front end and adjust that toe. Okay guys, I removed the hood for you to easily see better. So, there is a procedure or a way to do this. They use Loctite on the threads from the factory. And it's not going to come out unless you heat it up. I might be running out of gas in this can too. I don't know yet. And this one, this side looks like it's regular thread. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm running out of gas. Okay, let's see if that's enough. It's enough to break the nut free. Alright. You gotta take and disconnect it. Now, on the cat's one end, do I have that what I'm looking for close by? Yes, I do. Okay. Get yourself a pipe wrench. Make sure you go the right way. Ooh, ouch, that's hot. And it takes quite some force to get it to break free at first. Some people don't worry about their toe on their tractors, but I kind of do because of the fact that I drive them out on the road. And let me see if that's good. I brought it in quite a bit. Oh yeah, that's straight. That's close enough that it won't affect anything. So now you just tighten that jam nut after you tighten the oh shit. You gotta first put your lock washer back on top. Then you have to put your other lock washer on. And then your nut. And that is still hot, guys. Don't know how many times I've seen people bring me a one of these tie rods broken because they tried to get the end off to replace it. And I said, you're supposed to heat those up. They're like, I didn't know. Well, yeah, you're supposed to heat them up because they use Loctite on them. On replacing them, if you want to use Loctite, go right ahead. I don't. Okay. Alright. That's back tight. Okay. Now, since we're here, there's a couple things I can do. I'm going to put this arm back on, or this arm on. This one had one on it one time, I can tell because the marks are there. Let's see. There's a bolt, there's a bolt. Those will work. Oh, there's one of the bolts. But, oh well, I rather use the nylocks. There's probably going to be tons of people saying, well, why didn't you go through all that work? Why didn't you just go out and buy another tractor? Well, you know, I could. But what's the fun in that? And besides, I get to show you guys how to do stuff, and I get to hit myself on the head. Okay. Oh yeah, that needs to come down a little bit. The oil drain needs to come down. Alright, that's good. I forgot about that. Because when I had the engine off, it moved. Because you don't want to tighten these oil drains very tight, because you want them tight, but you don't want them so tight that you crack the pan. Believe me, when you crack the pan, you're not having a good day. So, could I use a ratchet? Yes. Do I have one at hand? Arm's length? No. I'm too lazy to get up. I don't even think when I had the lawn tractors that I plowed with way back before I got into garden tractors that I even had a hydro. I don't think I even did. This just flaps in the breeze. And yeah. I know why it's stiff. There's a height scale on the other side and they got it all screwed up. So I'll have to fix that. Now these are real fun. Let me angle it to where you can see what I'm doing. Like I said, these are real fun to get off at times if they were rusted on. So, where is my PB blaster? Peanut butter blaster. Is it peanut butter jelly time yet? That does sound good. When I'm out here working, there's some days I don't even eat lunch, and some days I don't eat supper till about 10 p.m. at night. I mean, I just get into the mode of, yeah, don't bother me kind of thing. The reason why I want to change it is because this one will probably need to be taken apart, as rusty as it is. I've had these I've had them break the spring internally, and I've had to take them apart, so I might as well just change it while I'm here to a known good one. You can also use an air hammer on this. Okay, let me find my bigger pry bar, or a pry bar that's good. find a bigger bolt. Because that thing is rusty. Well, I won't get any bigger bolts doing it that way. Jeez. Okay. Here's one that I'll use. It's some sort of engine bolt. I forget where it came from, but it was from somewhere. I think it's an engine mounting bolt out of the Kohler. And it's off. And these things are keyed or splined a certain way to where you can only put it on one way because there's a spline missing. And this top unscrews, this slides out the bottom, and you can replace your spring at the top. Well, might as well just show you guys really quick. Well, you can leave it in there too, but I know looking at that one, that spring is rusty. You just get something. It's easier to get this grip off too, but you can see it's rusty and it's, you know, not very good. So you just get the spring out, go to your hardware store, and compare it to a spring that's on the shelf, and go from there. And it's really easy to put back together. You just screw it back together like that. Now you guys see why I wanted to just change it, because I know this one is good. Just like that. So I'm thinking, I think that's the last thing I was going to show you guys for right now. Thank you for watching, guys. I will do a separate video of this thing pushing a little bit of snow. It's not going to be much. I don't have much to do because most of it was done already. But I do have to clear in front of my trailer. So that's an area that we can do. So let me get the plow on, get the brackets on, whatnot, and then I'll get you back going once I get ready to plow.